Today is May the 3rd. The year is 2026. And I don't know what journal entry this would be. So I've tried several times to keep a video journal. So maybe we just make this number one. But actually, I think I made one on New Year's Eve. I don't know. To be determined. Journal entry. It's either going to be number one or number two. How about it? So, got a beautiful sunrise this morning. I don't know if we can. Beautiful sunrise coming up. But what's also interesting is the moon is right back here in the trees. Not that's a light, but the moon is, let's see, there it is. There's the moon. So today is a pretty typical Sunday. I've got church coming up later. I've been rocking since around 3 a.m. today. Just had a lot going on in my brain. A lot of stuff to get done. So I worked on some posts for Facebook and Instagram, and I also went back over the sermon notes for today. Today is Romans chapter 5, verses 12 through 21, talking about death in Adam, life in Christ. And, I'm excited to preach that today. It's actually a turning point in the book of Romans where Paul begins to answer, the really profound question. We understand, right, that I guess we're justified by faith, but basically it starts to go into the deeper brokenness of the world, right? He begins to, the penetrating question of the gospel is, how does this really affect my life, And so he begins to explain some of the brokenness in the world, and we just see that transition. But today I'm feeling pretty good. We had church cleanup day yesterday, and we had a lot of fun. May is a busy season for the church, so we're honoring graduates today. In our evening service tonight, we'll be honoring our graduates, our kindergarten graduates, our high school graduates. And so we have that, and then next weekend's Mother's Day. The weekend following is homecoming. If you're not familiar with what that is basically like a celebration of the history of the church, where a lot of former members would come back. Oftentimes you would have a former speaker. We actually have one of our missionaries is coming to be a part of that service, and so I'm really excited about that. I'm getting to meet their family. I can't really talk too much about them on social media because they need to stay private and protected so that they can continue to do the work for the Lord. But we have that service coming up on the 17th. We have a baptism Sunday on the 24th of May. And then the last Sunday of May is the 5th Sunday, and we will have communion. So lots of busy things going on. And so we had church cleanup day. Got a lot of things cleared out, moved out. I put my knee through the ceiling in the sanctuary. So that was fun, running some wires for the internet. But we had a lot of fun doing that and a lot of laughs. I was very encouraged because it was a lot of it seems like a lot of churches are really longing for young families to be a part of that. And, our Sunday school class, as we call it, you might call it a life group or, whatever terminology you want to use. A majority of the people that were there were from our age group. And so it's really encouraging to me as a pastor to be surrounded by, a community of like-minded people and people my age, people raising kids that just want to do the things for the Lord. And so, it was encouraging. So we got to clean this place up. This is our church. This is Salem Seminole Baptist Church, and I'm just really encouraged about that today. I don't know if I've ever filled you in on this, but I am in year 9 of being the pastor here. This coming up November will mark 9 years that I've been here. And I've been thinking a lot about, if you go back and watch the short journal entry, we're definitely going to make this journal entry too, by the way. The short video that I posted about journal entry number 1, I really came into 2026 wanting to be better in 3 phases of my life. To be better at home, to be better at the church, and to also be better in my other job where I work. So I am bivocational, and that comes with its own stresses and things. And if you're wondering, I am walking in circles in the yard. I do this reset every Sunday. It's called a 10-10-10 reset, where I walk for 10 minutes, I exercise for 10 minutes, and then I sit in silence for 10 minutes. And so you got me for about 4 more minutes here on this. But I just wanted to record this today to get these thoughts out there, to come back to all these things. But I wanted to focus on those 3 areas of my life: at home, at church, and at work. Being the best husband and father I can be at home, being the best pastor that I can be to this church and its people, and then also to be better in my 9-to-5 job, right? So in thinking about all that and reflecting on that today, I think I have made some progress in all those areas. And it's really can be attributed to one thing. Hey, come here. We don't walk in the road, sir. Come on. This way. We're going this way. Come on. Little Poochie. Let's see. There he comes. But I do think I've made some strides in all 3 areas. But it can be attributed to one thing, and one thing alone. And if you haven't noticed already, everything on my channel is focused on resting in the Word. And what that means is that I believe that I've finally come to this place where I'm letting my faith lead, right? And I'm not trying to earn God's favor. I'm not trying to earn God's grace. I'm not trying to earn God's forgiveness. I'm resting in the fact that Christ did the work for me. And resting doesn't mean you're not doing anything. I am more active now. I'm more active now in all these phases of life than I think I have been in recent years. And so technically on paper, I'm busier, but I have more capacity to do those things because I'm not so tied up in trying to earn my way or trying to perform. And it's pretty much giving up the outcomes, right, for the process. That's what it's about. It's about trusting God in the process and trusting God to bring the outcomes. I think how about that? That is so cool. Yeah, it's not going to come through the video, but that's the moon. It's just doing its thing as the sun's rising over here. Sometimes I just can't get over this. I'm a blessed man. But yeah, I think that's the whole point of this journal entry, is just to say that when you start resting in the finished work of Christ and you start to walk by faith and just you stay faithful to God in the processes, He will He does determine the outcomes. And so you kind of have to let go of the outcomes and just live in the process. Because there are some things, right, that you may leave incomplete when you're done in your time on earth here. But the thing is, I think if you stay faithful, He's gonna make sure that everything that's supposed to come out of your life comes out. And so I'm trusting Him for that today and every day. And I think that's making all the difference. So that's just a little update for journal entry number 2. I'm excited to preach today. Again, mentally, spiritually, we're still working on the physical part. Okay, I'll be honest. That's the struggle right now. I'm gonna tell you one thing that I'm nailing: the Sunday 10-10-10 reset. I can nail that, but the daily grind of working out, I've sort of traded that. I'm spending more time in the Word, more quality time, writing some devotions and getting those out there. That's been pretty important, been pretty key. So I think we'll just spend our last couple minutes together in my incoherent rambling or whatever this is, just enjoying. Like, I've been waiting all morning to come outside and see the sunrise. I've been following the moon. I don't know if you can, well, where our computer sits is on the backside of our house, and I could see. I've been watching the moon all morning since I've been up. There goes some, looks like geese, maybe. He's gonna go check it out. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna come back over here and just get this. But I really appreciate everybody who's taken the time to drop encouragement in the comment section, because the thing that's really, really keeping me going is the fact that if just one person says, hey, this helped me, or one person says, hey, I've been walking in that struggle too, or like anything like that, I know that we're doing what we're supposed to do. It's not about reaching millions, it's about reaching one. And so if you're one of those ones, if you're one of those people that have subscribed to this channel, I apologize in advance for the randomness that can occur here at times. I am trying to be more consistent and have a more unified flow to things. But man, just loving life right now. Thanks for watching.